team is trying to prep for. But saying and knowing that is one thing. Not feeling bad when you've been just getting kicked around by every other team in this group. Kind of tough, Atlas.
You also have to beat these teams if you're going to make a run in the playoffs anyway. So at least they're in a position where they have the opportunity to, right? Our Rise Group teams just don't even get to. Maybe in scrims, outside of that, not going to be a chance. But we're going to start this one off with a Viban into the Pantheon. In fact, junglers are just going to go amiss here in the first round of bans. And Nongshim, what are they going to be angling for as far as the first pick? The most popular ones are, of course, Gwen, Azir, that has just been banned away.
It has to be B1 Xin Zhao, right, if they don't ban it?
Probably. So they'd have to ban Varus here, I guess.
Yeah, ban Varus, pick Xin Zhao one.
But with Vi and Wukong both banned away, they're going to go, it's a Yunara first pick, 100%. Yeah, and Varus is going to go, so it's Yunara or not.
I actually think giving over Yunara is better. Okay, they ban it. I actually think giving over Yunara is better than giving over Xin to Owner. That's where I'm at with that champion at the moment.
Well, the Trundle is a decent matchup into it, so I guess they're just going to go with that one instead to try and answer.
I can respect that. We also will see what Gwen Xin Zhao here for T1.
Yeah, or Talia Xin Zhao, something like that. Could be one of those options here for T1. You could also just lock Aurora. Aurora Xin is also
I
fine.
really like the early Aurora because it kind of dissuades them from picking Gwen. And it also allows you to still pick it up later.
Well, Orianna Nocturne
Interesting.
could be an option too.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about it, but I don't mind it either.
T1 has been prioritizing the Orianna extra.
Oh, Orianna Jarvan could actually be cool as well, but instead it will just be Orianna Nocturne.
Yeah, I think Jarvan kind of had the same issues into Trundle that Xin Zhao does, even though he has a much easier time getting away from the Trundle.
They are both Demacian princes.
Very true. Wait, what?
Aren't they?
Is Xin Zhao Prince?
Oh no, he's sort of like I don't know whether
he might be a royalty.
He's got princely vibes.
He definitely does. Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna just call him a Demacian prince.
Is this just because of? Is this because of Mulan? Is that where we're?
No, that just means he's a man.
Yeah, fair enough. As the Rumble comes in here for King, and to no surprise, does mean that we probably see Doran just say, okay, well, I'm gonna get beaten, but that's fine. And he'll be playing into a rough matchup. It's also the blue side Rumble, which we do like. It's Calyx. I really like the Galio, even though your laning phase is a bit rough. The benefit of this is that it also is a future pick away, right? Like, I think the T1 really have shown us in this, even very recently in the Gen G series, what they can do with Ryze. Not giving Ryze over to T1 in a future draft is a big win.
Aurora, okay, so we're gonna go, it's like Aurora Nocturne and Orianna Nocturne at the same time.
Yeah.
Very squishy on the side of T1 so far, but explosive damage and combo capabilities in this game. I do think that if the first salvo isn't enough to kill Nongshim though, Trundle could probably just be fine. But we'll just have to see.
Lethal Temple all over them and just chomp.
So Xin Zhao is actually a Seneschal of Demacia. Thank you very much for that one. I assume it was Yundo. I'm not entirely sure. A resolute warrior, loyal to the ruling Light Shield dynasty.
So he's a knight, basically.
All right.
All right, that makes sense. Learned something today.
Yeah, there we go. So not a prince, but I'm still probably going to call him a prince because it makes it easier to talk about him and Jarvan, as they are both Demacian. Let's just go with that. Okay, the Rakan and the Nautilus are going to be both taken away here, as the Nico was already removed, and the Brad going to go away. I think this is something I believe Valdez spoke about earlier on in the week, and that is I don't think Carrier should be allowed to play Bard ever again. And that is ringing true as he gets Alistar. So unfortunately, you just can't ban them all.
I do think Alistar is decently worse now after the nerfs. I think that they have helped a little bit. Will it matter in this game? I'm not so sure, but I do like that. I like the Xayah angle here. Obviously, can't go Xayah Rakan. Can go
Lulu. That's a fun one. Lehens has been a fantastic Lulu player over his career. That's kind of a good throwback.
Like the call with them saying, you have to come into us. You don't have a choice. You have to engage into us. Because this is a full disengage comp. The obvious downside is they have 0 engage. They have pillar.
Yeah.
That's about it. The kiteback is great for this comp.
Hey, no. Do you know what engage is? Realm warp into the middle of the enemy team.
Okay, but you don't want to do that though.
But what if you did?
Well, you would. Well, I guess Lulu can get a 5-man knock-up.
Am I right?
Nice.
Am I right?
Or, you know, you...
Kingen flashes in, Lulu gets a 5-man knock-up?
Well, okay, or...
Cook him?
What most likely happens is then the Alistair knocks you up and then Aurora grinds you into...
Oh, don't... Yeah.
There's also a Shockwave Atlas. The more I think about it, they really should... They don't need to engage. That's fine.
Let's just not engage.
Let's just not engage.
Maybe that's the way.
They have... Yes, that's the point.
Okay.
I do think that they have good ways to rotate around the map. I think that they're obviously disengage, and their kite back is really good. I really like Trundle compositions when you get to kind of play on the back foot, when you get to create space in your fights. I do think the problem is that T1 absolutely adores playing these type of shotgun compositions. Oh my god, mascot on mascot.
Oh my goodness, that is so... We've had so many of these. This comparison cam that we got going on here, as we're just cooking up both sides of the rift. Let's see who's going to be cooking who, though, as this is an interesting comp from Nongshim. I'm actually kind of into it. I kind of liked the Trundle first pick. We'll see whether it actually does pay off. A lot of combo potential here from T1, though. They can start fights with basically everyone, which is kind of nutty. So let's get on to the rift for game 1. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Onto the rift for game number 1. It's Malbok today. So this is one of the days where you're just supposed to eat chicken soup here in Korea. There's like a few of them that happen over the time. This is the last one for this summer, which means we're starting autumn and things are going to get okay. It's right now just way too hot, to be perfectly honest. And so it's getting a little bit better, and that's why a little bit of the, that was what a bit the reference
It's been
was.
getting more manageable. I can go out. Yesterday I went outside.
Yeah, I've like opened some windows of an evening.
I'm not that crazy yet, but I have gone outside to, you know, get the aforementioned tea, which was nice.
It's a good move.
It was good. Yeah, I got lunch as well. It was
Gorgeous.
nice.
Eating lunch and drinking tea.
And I did actually get chicken soup. But it was
You're just doing it absolutely perfect.
Well, it was more chicken curry.
Yeah, my wife made it for me last one. The last
nice.
Malbok. That was it was very, very delicious.
So I guess that's what you're...
I've got a photo of it, actually. Do you want me to show you? I can't actually show chat.
No, I'd love to see it.
you.
Yeah, it's fine. I can describe it for chat.
Yeah, you just pick up the
Yeah, it's fine. So I do want to go over the lanes a little bit. I would expect top lane to be obviously favored for the Aurora. I don't think this is quite as lopsided the matchup as the Gwen is, because Rumble does have a little bit more
Here it is.
potential. Yeah, that looks... Oh, it's like with the sesame?
Yeah, sesame, like frothy stuff.
Yeah, that's nice. So basically, it's just a whole chicken, like a small one.
Yeah, oftentimes they're really small.
Yeah, covered in... the heal.
Okay, that's an aggressive heal. They do manage to get some damage after the barrier there as well, but good use of that from Gumayushi to mitigate the aggression.
But I do actually love this, because this is what I was going to lean into. Topside, I think, is Doran favored, but not as bad as some of the other Aurora matchups. I say that as Kingen is really getting bullied. And then in mid, I think Calyx is just trying to not get wound up too much by Clockwork, and then once he gets the ability to wave clear, he's not really that bothered. But bot lane should be heavily winning here for Nongshim, because the support matchup is insanely lopsided, and you just really shouldn't be able to ever get out from underneath your turret. So I'm happy to see that they already got barrier, they already got heal, and I imagine they're going to be trying to play up to the turret as much as possible, having Gideon cover them, which is kind of what we're looking at right now. As yeah, the Clockwork has in fact wound up.
Yeah,
Calyx there.
Pretty early back, but still able to get his steer. He's fine.
It's not the end of the world. But yeah, Lance playing aggro on this Lulu. You'll love to see it.
It isn't really translating into much of a lead as far as CS is concerned or anything like that. Still do have the tempo advantage, but it's good for T1 to at least be able to pick up as many minions as possible. Good aim there on the Deadly Flourish for Gumayushi to make sure that he gets the majority of the minions that he can. This is, of course, his Jhin. He's very, very good at this champion, so it is somewhat to be expected. Is Kerry going to be able to lock down that cannon for them, as Gio and Lehens were just off assisting the research mission that is coming on through here. Pulverize going to connect. Good polymorph there on the carrier.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's not just Guma's mastery of the champion, but also T1 and how they play around it. I think they're the best team we have in the LCK, playing around the effective range of Jhin and really using his ability to turn fights that look a little bit scary into just surefire wins, which I do appreciate. It's always nice to see.
Gideon walks over a ward there, gets pinged out, as we can see. Carrier taking a little bit of damage. Does go in once again, though. Another Deadly Flourish comes down. Good polymorph once more, this time on Gumayushi. The Geode taking a lot of damage in the matchup, and he has Ghost, so not really combat summoners available here for the Nongshim AD carry.
Rico's nice, but he is down a cookie. So Guma actually still going to be happy, and despite those trades, as you highlighted, they had prio, but it didn't really lead to anything in particular.
It's led to them not winning. So we've got a lane swap to come on through here. Zlahan's going to be able to use his shield in order to block the minion damage.
That is a cannon wave, so it should be fine. It's King and he's going to be able to pull the wave. That is good for him. As we can see, he is pretty substantially behind as Doran has been bullying him on the Auroras. Calyx not in possession of his TP as Geo did miss the cannon. We'll be able to pick up most of the wave. And yeah, the early prio, I think going the way we expected, with exemption of bot that I think is going...
Yeah, the tempo vibes are pretty T1 favored right now.
Which we... were the tempo vibes not already in favor of going into the series? Or do the tempo vibes start?
It does start in the series.
Okay, it doesn't start.
You have to experience what is being.
You need gameplay.
Yeah.
So before gameplay, there's no. No. Before that, it's waters.
That's waters. Yeah, that's just.
Okay.
That's just what your feeling is.
And then they transition from waters to tempo vibes.
And then you get to see whether your waters are correct when the tempo vibes reveal themselves on the rift.
Owner does not have his ultimate, but he does have King and pretty far up the lane.
He is being very patient here as he waits on this control ward. Gideon looking for his opportunity as well as Faker immediately sniffs that out.
So Owner knows that he has a window here. Oh, and he feels safe as well.
Yeah, Kingin going to be walking up here as there's the ulti from Doran. The flash out immediately there from Kingin. But Owner just decides that he's not going to reveal himself. So in the end, Kingin just looks kind of silly. But I think he knew that Owner was in the area, which is why he's not going to take any risks. He does use that flash to escape.
Good read there from Nongshim. I'm not sure if they actually spotted him earlier. Like maybe he walked past the ward, or if they'd just been tracking him. Well, but yeah, the fact that Kingin flashes there, Kingin flashes there immediately means that there isn't actually the necessary damage without the ultimate for Owner to take him down. They also knew that Gideon was in the area, so if they go onto the Rumble and they take too much damage, then Gideon can come in and clean up. So T1 not wanting to run that risk.
Well, Equalizer just going to come through here. A bit of a tempo ult from Kingin. Notice that Doran doesn't have his ultimate as well, so actually kind of feels all right to use it here just to clear out the wave. Isn't going to be using it to go for a back or anything like that, so it doesn't get a massive amount of value for utilizing it. Still, should be fine.
He got a decent amount of damage onto Doran.
All right, flash up Pulse does come on through here. There's the Paranoia right on top of the Lulu, and she has nothing to do. Wasn't even able to press any buttons, as you can see. Had teleport, unfortunately, so not able to utilize it. And so that is just first blood going over to the Nocturne, and Owner making that Paranoia work like he always does.
Cancel? Ooh, could have been nice. Maybe, I think you maybe get a flash from Nocturne. We'll see, but Lance is able to TP back. That's nice at least. A little experience there for Geo, but it's obviously Owner that's going to be very happy with this turn of events. Lance did not have flash, had teleport instead, and also did not have level 6 as Owner.
Yeah, there is a pillar coming on through here. There's the Realm Warp over. Secured by Gideon. Quite nice.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Man Dissonance coming on through. There is the curtain call as Calyx tanks the first one. Gideon picks up the second. And there's the headbutt forward from Carrier. Finds the double pulve. And now T1 are closing in. Down goes Calyx. And the Unbreakable Will is there for Carrier, so they can't actually get any meaningful damage back. It does wear off. Takes a bit of damage there from the Feather recall. But still, T1 just having all the answers in this early game.
Might not be done.
All right, Polymorph is pretty good there onto Owner, who does just flash on top of Gideon. Deadly Flourish is blocked, but Gideon is still dead. Faker grabs that one. That is going to be Feats of Warfare. And at least Giu's getting some damage back onto Gumayusi, but unfortunately it's just already over. And Carry is teleporting behind Kingen as well. Equalizer goes down. There's another Between Worlds to be thrown through here for Doran. And Harpoon not going to land. Headbutt Pulve holds him in place. And T1 4-0 in this early game.
Oh, they're just better. They're just better, Atlas.
Yeah.
We can say it in many ways, but that whole sequence, they just got outplayed. So it starts off with an attempted play. Oh God, Carrier. Carrier, chill.
Okay.
You don't have to win 3 lanes. Just 2 is fine. Just 2 is fine. No. Okay.
There's no flash on Calyx. He has walked away, but maybe he's still... Yeah.
No.
There's the headbutt. I mean, Calyx is nowhere he can go. He does have a phase rush. Carrier wanting to get on in here once again. Deadly Flourish will be avoided, but because he avoided it, he still gets hit by that Pulverize. Still able to get himself underneath the turret, and so flash or no flash, he's still kind of okay.
Well, he lives, so I don't have to be too sad. But I'm still kind of sad because now Hextech...
oh dear, the Hexblade has been done.
Yeah, thank you. So I like the idea behind this. You Realm Warp in, you have your bot lane roam first, but Owner's just fine. He doesn't even need to flash. They're a little bit too early on the play. And then watch this. Carrier just leisurely waiting, then knocks back Calyx into the Jinno.
Shockwave as well.
And then he's forced to flash out, which doesn't work. And then right here, Owner, who did have a misstep on his Inza, or on this Nocturne rather, against Gen G this time around. Full confidence. And it's again, I'm keep telling you, T1 with Jhin makes so many of these type of plays on the map. And then the fact that Carrier set up the topside play wasn't enough. He then TPs to bot.
Yep.
To kill Kingen.
And then immediately walks mid.
And yes.
And then almost kills Calyx again. And if the game wasn't already over, it would have been more really over.
And I don't want that to be the case. You know, it's a 2.5k gold lead, but it is a 2.5k gold lead at 11 minutes. And the Nongshim composition, I think, is reliant on not losing full control, because I think that they can have a decent time, like, reclaiming territory, but they can't force. Like, this composition can't really force things because of, well, they don't have engage.
Yeah.
So you do need to have a semblance of control so you can push out your lanes and be in an objective and then contest.
Well, there is a Shockwave, Headbutt, Pulve, Paranoia, and a Wild Growth is there to answer. The fear comes in, and he actually had Phase Rush, so it actually gets him so far out. And Giu is able to lock down the kill onto the Nocturne. Nongshim are at least on the board.
And there it is, the composition working as intended. Lands with a really good read there of what Owner was trying to do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Does a lot of damage. Just an Archangels, and is very, very frightening. Doran able to walk out of the way of Gideon here.
Top lane Aurora, man.
It's hard to kill.
It's hard to kill. As we take a look here, Shockwave into combo, but the Wild Growth in particular just takes him away, and there, as you highlighted, phase rushed and feared up. Very funny as he's just hightailing it out of there.
It feels so unfair.
It does. A kill going over to Giu is actually a big deal as well, which you love to see.
Well, Kingen is going to kill another wave.
That he is.
The Rumble is, it's not end of the world.
Kind of have to try and make plays like this.
Is really scary.
Woo.
Giu is feeling himself right now. 1 item apiece for both of our 80 carries, but it is just some brown socks for Gumayusi and some actual shoes there for Giu.
And in these type of instances where Nocturne all-ins is all Kingen.
All right.
There's no TP or no ult for Doran.
Finds one of the harpoons. Flame Spit is good, and he silences himself to silence Doran. That is a solo kill coming through from Kingen. Great teleport in to capitalize on the overextension. Nongshim, that's 2 in a row. They are closing the gap, slowly but surely, I guess.
Signs of life. You'll love to see it. Nongshim, both through individual plays like King and Dare and team plays like the one in mid, actually getting a good amount of value. Yeah, my main worry for Nongshim is that, again, I think that they're doing a good job of pulling the game back, but with the Aurora as well as with Faker, and the Jhin, they can kind of get poked out.
There's a Shockwave onto Lehens. Faker's just running after him. The command attack doing so much work. Faker's Orianna is just doing more damage.
He's not even doing like the big damage build.
Yeah, it's just a Seraphs.
He is also shockwaving on cooldown, which I do appreciate. That is kind of funny.
Yeah, but like even all of his like just his Qs and Ws just hitting. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna check this one out one more time. Kingin does the thing where he just teleports in and kills Doran.
Yeah, even with Doran sidestepping the harpoon, doesn't quite matter. That's a big amount of gold there for Kingin as Realm War play towards bot.
Yeah, Doran gonna be able to get himself a plate right as they fall off and then just bounces over the kennel. Very nicely done. So Doran's still pretty happy at this point in time. Level 11 does have a couple of points in that ulti. So the Aurora is eating good.
And we've seen T1 go for exactly those type of Realm War plays as Doran.
All right, well, Doran's just going for it once
Run,
again.
Lehens!
And let's see, Lehens is going very fast. Does have Ghost that he did steal away out of the spell book. All right, Carrier moves over.
Trying to think, did Lehens and... Oh.
Okay, it's a lot of damage onto Jew, as my goodness, that fourth shot, they might be able to get the Featherstorm, and in fact they do. As Jew does get out of vision, and so will be able to live, but had to invest the ulti. As Gumayusi now at full health will have full control of this mid lane.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what was the... Like, obviously, they played together in, what was it, 2022 Genji? Lehens and Doran. As
Yes.
Lehens was, like, gunning for him. And then, what? The other one was it just Griffin before that?
Yeah, would have been. They have certainly known each other for quite some time. So many of our players have played together in so many different instances as well.
I always love thinking about, like, all the different lines you can draw.
Yep.
It's very enjoyable.
There's a lot of crossover. Not as much on T1, you know, given the fact that you have to play for T1 if you want to play with Faker. That sort of thing.
Hey, you have to... What was it? Asia Games roster.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah, that happened.
Yep, there are a few. So, you know, Kanavi can say that he played.
Yeah, it's not that many people.
Yeah, it's the fact that Gumayusi and Owner are just like pure T1. At least Carrier does have, you know, him and Doran both playing for DRX and blah, 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 things like that.
Yep.
Owner now getting taken down to 50% health as
Get him, Lance!
being annoying. Equalizer comes through. That's good positioning. He was holding on.
Wait.
Oh my god!
He
It's
got
a steal on the Herald as well! And it's barbecued Nocturne. He turns out the lights, but he's still dead.
Frustration on Owner's face!
Yeah, that's 3 kills in a row for Nongshim, and they deny the objective.
Dare you say it?
No, I'm not going to, not yet. Not even one.
How about now?
Because now Faker could be in trouble.
How about now?
Shockwave just pulls Gideon closer. And Lehens is there for the backup, able to tank up the turret as Gideon able to get himself out of there. Now this turret could be under fire. It is still feats of strength going over to T1 because Doran got the bottom out of turret. But still, Nongshim are getting more.
Are we surfing?
I mean, we have
I'm just
certainly
saying.
had somewhat of a change when it comes to the tempo vibes.
When I said go get him, Lehens, I did not expect Lehens would actually get him.
He did go and get him.
Obviously, the really nicely done there, set up by Lehens, knocked down there by Kingin on this Rumble, actually having a really good performance. It's the triple whammy of getting the... Oh boy.
Well,
he does not have flash.
Is no longer alive.
Oh, there's also no turret. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
So, how, Kingin? How are you there? Drake's up. You know they're gonna go for Lehens. I don't think you win this one.
He was engaging.
With the wave.
Yeah.
When Drake is up.
Yeah.
Into Nocturne.
He was just practicing, because that's how they're going to have to engage, because they need to convince T1 to start a fight.
Their engages have actually been just someone... Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Oh, no! It's just special delivery for the Trundle. He does flash away, but the paranoia is there instantly, and the Shockwave will silence him. That will mean that T1 should be able to get Double Dragon here very comfortably. No smite's going to be there. T1 just turning back on again once more. Oh, the headbutt taxi! Flash pole to make sure that he gets both bottom laners. Still, Lehens keep... Never mind. It is curtain for Nongshim, as that is not the TP that Kingin was looking for. Deadly Flourish will be flashed, so at least he survives. But at what cost? And the answer is everything.
We're just having a little fun. Just having a little fun.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of fun.
Curses aren't real. Chronicler.
What do you mean? There's nothing to do with cursing.
What do you mean? You just said, oh, but like now Nongshim, and you were like making that call, and then instantly over.
Well, it wasn't instantly.
It was pretty instant.
I don't think it was instantly. More importantly, I was hoping that we would get a game. They were still throughout all that like 1.5k gold behind.
Well, maybe think about that next time you're going to curse Nongshim. Okay?
No, I was just happy that it was a little bit closer. Unfortunately for Nongshim,
This was not.
the game was this sequence of events was not ideal.
This was an aggressive take back of the tempo vibes. Let's just say that.
T1 saw Nongshim on the wave and they were like, no! And they pushed him off and they were like, this is my wave!
And look at what happened. It's a 1.3k gold lead now for Gumushi. Like, before this, Jiu had a lead.
Oh, I do love me that very early Serpent's Fang. That's into Lulu, into Rumble. That's
and
great
Rise
stuff.
as well. No
Yeah.
Seraph's value. It's kind of huge.
That's good stuff. Like that a lot.
Well, Doran getting baked here just a little bit underneath the turret.
Oh, I've seen this one before. Oh no. Well, wait.
Area is going to get spotted, and then Ona says, well, I guess I killed the Lulu. Let's see. They do get the redemption. That is going to help heal up this Lulu. Does walk herself out of there. So Nongshim do stay alive. They managed to also soak a Paranoia without dying. They just use 2 summoner spells in order to avoid death.
You'll take it if you're 2-1. Still not too bad as Lahans.
Well, he is going to what dead?
Lahans.
Yeah.
Sometimes the voice in your head that tells you to clear the ward, it's not.
It's not the right voice.
It's not the voice you need to follow.
Well,
Carrier doesn't have
he's
flash.
going to take this way out.
Is he?
He does have ulti, so he's going to use that. And Gumushi is enough to scare them away, understandably so.
Yeah, he is very scary. They also, again, don't have engage. So...
Ona says, ain't nobody going to break it.
I want a replay of that, because I'm like, are we missing something? I feel like Lahens would not get that greedy for just a ward. I don't. There has to be more. I don't know, Atlas. Nongshim with the Hail Mary Otacon.
That's sometimes what you gotta do. Paranoia is actually back off cooldown as well, which is kind of ridiculous. As, oh no, they're going between worlds and they are just getting melted. The Realm Warp to get some of them out of there, but Otacon is just here. Thanks for the leash. As Doran really felt like Nongshim deserved something, as Deadly Flourish will be avoided. Nongshim are at least able to get out of their own play.
Oh no.
Never mind. Oh, never mind. Oh, God. Oh, God. Shockwave is available. Calyx looking for a little bit more, but Jiu is going to be able to get out. We'll see whether Calyx can do the same thing, and he does.
Oh, that wasn't so bad. You know how when, well, the end of that. You know how you, when you have to like call your dentist to go for a dentist appointment, you haven't gone in a long while.
Yeah.
You're really nervous, and then it's like, no notes, no cavities, you're good. That's how the end of that play felt. I really thought that there were going to be cavities.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually don't. Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah,
just Lulu.
Yeah. Can't really be there. But then the answer is, let's go for Otacon, and look at this ulti from Doran. Like,
yeah, Doran is really going ham on the damage numbers. They're able to get the Otacon, they're able to get the kill into Gideon, and then this right here from Doran that's peak Doran right there, by the way. If they'd gotten a Shockwave and it was his setup that done it, would have been really funny. But he's still pumping those numbers, baby.
He really is.
That's going to be on the chart at the end of the game.
And it kind of needs to be as well, because Gumushi has gone for a build that isn't necessarily massive on the damage numbers. It does have a lot of utility through this Serpent's Fang.
I mean, Nongshim don't really have tanks. So
yeah,
actually,
it doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah, it's just Gideon that.
And it's also working,
much.
so who even really cares? As Lahens, once again, standing a little bit too close to the bad guys, which is somewhat daunting. Oh, Perry will face check. But then he just flashes in. Shockwave going to connect onto 2. That's actually the combo. It's not the Orianna Nocturne, it is the Orianna Alistair. And the curtain call coming on through as well. So much damage out of T1. Never you mind. They are just going to take this inner turret off the back end of that play. And it felt like the tempo vibes had switched. But I imagine the T1 fans were like, no. T1 were just having a bit of fun in the mid game.
Atlas, I'm not going to lie, I think even we knew it was a bit of a stretch, but we wanted to believe, because it would have been fun.
It would have.
The game is no longer in that realm. As Calyx maybe gets a turret.
I think Doran just ulted for a cannon. That's what it kind of felt like.
I thought Calyx was going to ult out, but I guess he just phase rushes it off.
Just walks away. I respect it. It is still going to be an inner turret, so a bit of money going back towards Nongshim, but a bit of money is not enough to alleviate this 7,000 gold lead. Our first Cloud Soul of the day is obviously a T1 match, because they are so good at Cloud Souls.
Things like this make you go, man, T1 really shouldn't be allowed to have
champions.
Champions, yeah, because the Jhin, to me, again, is one of the big factors that makes these plays so much more lethal, because it adds so much extra damage, so much extra setup. But then you look at oh god.
Oh, well, got the crab, which is pretty cool. Headbutt does get Gideon out of there. Lehen's 5 seconds on ulti. Thankfully, Gideon is going to be able to make it out.
Mayhaps.
Without worrying too much.
Maybe a little playable?
There's a lot of weird stuff going on here. Well, there is going to be a really good pillar placement to try and block off Carrier. Redemption as well is decent, but it's a two-man shockwave as Gideon will finally press R. It is both junglers falling down, but now the curtains are being called, and oh god, it's just a bloodbath. As T1, yeah, Doran just going to bounce on over. Misses one of the buttons pretty ridiculously, but it is no worries at all. It is only Kingen left alive. And Baron now going to be attempted here by the bottom lane at T1.
It's Jhin, guys. They need help.
Yeah. Carrier may just die to Baron.
They can't do...
Yeah.
Oh, is that the first time Baron has beaten T1?
Maybe.
I'm not even joking.
Could have been the case.
Oh my god, it's a historic victory, Atlas!
There we go! So the PvE aspect of the game has been too much. Thankfully for T1, the PvP has been quite comfortable.
The PvP has been going well.
Yes.
As even this fight, if the goal was slightly closer, this might have been an angle, right? You actually separate some of the members, but then this shockwave right here forces the ultimate, hits two other people, and then Gio gets to do a little bit of damage, but yeah, the damage of Doran and Faker is just way too much. And again, my whole thing was going to be, I can't believe that they gave Guma Jhin.
Oh dear.
And then, yeah, King's dead.
Yeah, he is very dead. It flashed prior to that.
Right, you can look at it and go, how could they give Owner Nocturne? But like, I think T1 and Jhin G both have reached this level where you can say that about too many champions. So there always will be champions.
Yeah, this is the problem, and it goes back to what I was saying that was mentioned by Valdez earlier in the week, and that was you can't give Carrier Nico or Bard.
Which is, both of those statements are true.
Yeah, but you also can't give him Alistair. You definitely can't do that. That's just, that's illegal. Gio is just likely dead to Doran here as Featherstorm comes down. They do manage to get the Wild Growth to land on him before he is very dead, as they outrange the curtain call as well, but the paranoia still comes down. Another pulverize to set up onto Calyx. He goes golden to try and absorb it, but now Gumayushi just gets in range to auto-attack him, and down goes the Rise very comfortably.
Run, Lulu, run!
Oh god, he was seen. He was seen by the minions!
They know! Okay, Lahans.
Yeah, let's see whether he can actually
Lahans knows.
Do some weird stuff here, as that is the first LCK support to reach 500 kills, and he's on Alistair! 1-0-16. Not bad. 17 out of 19 on the kill participation as well. It's a pretty good number. As Kingen is back, he wants to try and get some barbecuing done onto Carrier, but it doesn't really work.
You know, there are games when a player would get previously a POG after a performance like this, and sometimes you go, God, that was a narrative vote. You know, oh, it's because he got... No, in this game, you can't say... You would not be able to say that.
I think even if Carrier just chain feeds in the next game, I'm still giving him POM. Because this Alistair performance, this is what Mata used to do. And it's very cool because now he's coaching.
He actually won 3 lanes.
Yeah, and this is what Mata used to do. It was just like, nope. And oftentimes it was after they've lost a game or something like that, as T1 will take down the Nexus. And then he just wanders around on the cow, and everywhere he goes, he just wins. And that is precisely what Carrier has been doing through a lot of his career, but also especially represented in this game.